Here are the nominees for the Best Animated Feature Film that delighted audiences both young and old. And the Oscar goes to, let's see, Spirited Away, Hayao Miyazaki.
My wife tells me that I'm a very lucky man. And I think I've been lucky because I've been able to participate in the last era, when we can make films with paper, pencil, and film.
Here, oh, this is great. This is Hayao Miyazaki's thoughts on artificial intelligence. Here is Nobuo Kawakami chairman Dwango, Japanese telecommunications and media company, showing a presentation of artificial intelligence model which learns certain movements. Let's hear what Miyazaki, who very famously is but also a phenomenal creator. Let's see what he had to say about this. This is a presentation of artificial intelligence model which learns certain movements. It looks like it's dancing. This is an example of fast movement. It's moving by using its head. It doesn't feel any pain and has no concept of protecting its head. It uses its head like a leg. This movement is so creepy and could be applied to zombie video games. And artificial intelligence could present us grotesque movements, which we humans can't imagine. See, that part is bullshit. The idea that a human being could not imagine grotesque movements is ridiculous and offensive. It is offensive to humanity. What the fuck do you mean? You imagined it. What are you talking about? The human mind is limited in a way that cannot comprehend unique movements that are supposedly grotesque. Like, that's so stupid to say. The human mind absolutely could imagine it. AI is supposed to replace the menial parts, not the creativity, and it does not replace the creativity of mankind. That's the point. Especially because it is physically impossible for the AI, the machine learning, to create something that it hasn't learned. Because the entire thing is basically replicating things it has learned that humans have created. Yes, literally. What I'm describing is literal. An AI model can absolutely create new things. No. Definitionally, everything that an AI creates is mixing and matching things that exist already that it has been trained on. Obviously, it creates new things in the sense that you're misunderstanding the point that I'm making. It creates new things because all art is technically derivative. Let's say you're tracing someone else's work, and then you trace two different types of art that you found, and you mash it together. You still traced it, so it's someone else's work that you're tracing on. Okay, and you created a new product as a consequence of that. However, it already existed, right? New things are obviously new things can be derivative. The point is that, like, if we're talking about like leaps and bounds, like revolutionary leaps and bounds, it literally is not inventing a new concept. It's only mashing previously existing concepts. Here's what Miyazaki said. Miyazaki sensei, every morning, not recent days, but I see my friend who has a disability. It's so hard for him just to do a high five. His arm with stiff muscle reaching out to my hand. Now, thinking of him, I can't watch this stuff and find interesting. Whoever creates this stuff has no idea what pain is or whatsoever. I am utterly disgusted. If you really want to make creepy stuff, you can go ahead and do it. I would never wish to incorporate this technology into my work at all. I strongly feel that this is an insult to life itself. This is just our experiment. Dude, one of the craziest parts about this, like, as far as I understand, especially in a professional setting, you're not supposed to be this rude ever. I was shocked when I found out, when I was talking to a Japanese speaker about like how the word no, for example, is rarely ever utilized in like regular everyday language. Like the level of, as far as like, especially in a professional setting, you don't ever say straight up no. Yeah. You don't. I mean, you can. Obviously, it's a part of the language. The reason why I'm mentioning this is that even in regular day-to-day experiences, when someone says like, oh, is it possible for you to reach over there? Is it physically possible for you to reach over there? You don't technically immediately say, no, I'm explaining this because I want you to understand the lengths of like how polite Japanese culture is supposed to be, riddled to the brim with indirect, passive ways of avoiding saying just straight up no. Now that is just in a normal circumstance, not even like a professional setting where the etiquette is ramped up to the extreme levels. Miyazaki, on the other hand, in a professional setting, is just straight up taking the equivalent of a AR-15 and just ripping every single one of these dudes into shreds. Ayo, you never talk to chatters, you just belittle us. What's wrong with you? Oh my God, dude, stop crying, please. I don't belittle chatters. There are 22,000 chatters in here. You're the only one who feels belittled. And the reason why you feel belittled is because I took the time out to like actually respond to you. And I thought that would help you recognize that you are, I guess, help you recognize that you're in the wrong a little bit. Maybe like find a better thing to do with your time, more valuable use of your time. You don't say no, you say yamate kudasai. Yeah. It's just like Banami's a baiter. As a person who is a friend who's a D-man, I resonate with this old man, except his affected body part is his brain, not his arm. Miyazaki did the equivalent of using 3 slurs in just one sentence. Okay. Anyway, he just ripped into this dude. We don't mean to do anything by showing it to the world. Said, yeah, I understand. So what is your goal? Well, we would like to build a machine that can draw pictures like humans do. Oh, God. What is this zoom? I feel like we're nearing the end of times. We humans are losing faith in ourselves. Miyazaki's a dictator. Sometimes that's a necessity for good art. Okay, he's the GOAT. When are you gonna get a straight male haircut? Your mom likes my haircut, so I'm gonna keep it. More no men who have brains, sick of no men with no brains. Also in Japan, it's traditional for your boss to motivate you by offering to sleep with you, at least in government jobs, according to Chainsaw Man. Yeah, 100%. Every single but leftist grifter chatter never has anything to say about the things you say. Yeah, it's always just coming in to just chirp about some random irrelevant shit. The top YouTube comment is very funny. My friends, the worst thing you can say is no. My crush, I strongly feel that this is an insult to life itself. That's funny. Can you take a look at this? Seeing a lot of creators freaking out about this, obviously impressive, but as far as it affects our work, it doesn't strike me as all that disruptive. Already, nearly anyone can have access to pretty footage via stock libraries. It's all about the story you tell with it. I mean, that's not wrong. Watch the rest of the Sora weaknesses. The grandma one is crazy. Okay, I'll look at it. Why you hate on critics? I like you, but you not real, bro. Brother, you are demonstrating why I despise derailers that come in here with no real goal other than to disrupt the fucking flow of the content. You, the reason why I haven't banned you yet is because you are a perfect example of what happens when like the chat is begging to ban you. You know what? Democracy thrives here. Okay, I'm polling. Do we ban this dip? Okay, here you go. Poll is open. That's right. We're gonna democratize the execution today. That's what we're gonna do. Here it is. The duration will run for 1 minute. Get your votes in quick. Guillotine, yes or no?